But first, only on Fox, we're hearing from a former employee at an upstate assisted living facility after the owner was charged with neglect and exploiting patients. So this is the mugshot of 58-year-old Daryl Mast. We're told he operated 2 of these facilities in Spartanburg County. The Attorney General's office says he stole money from patients and used it for personal purchases. Officials also say Mast put some of those same patients he'd been charged with for caring for to work, placing them in mentally and physically dangerous situations. Fox Carolina's Matt Koufax tracked down a woman who says she worked for Mast at one of Oak Ridge's locations, and he's live in our newsroom with more on why she says she is not surprised at the charges he's facing tonight.
Tori, it's a bizarre situation all the way around. I spoke to one worker who says she quit when she saw how elderly residents were being mistreated, but didn't want to speak out for fear of repercussions until now. What she says she went on inside this facility, and what we saw when we were out there today will shock you.
Started working here and I didn't like it immediately. And it was a slow downhill, and that's what I finally quit because nothing was going to get done.
Jessica Dalton says she was hired to work at Oak Ridge Community Care Home a couple years ago, but quit after several months.
We had too many residents, and we didn't have enough workers, and we were not equipped to take care of them.
It's for that reason she says she's disheartened, but not surprised that her former boss, 58-year-old Daryl Mast, is charged with neglecting and exploiting vulnerable adults, as well as breach of trust. The report from the South Carolina Attorney General's office alleges Mast, the owner of Oak Ridge Homes 1 and 2, stole more than $60,000 of Social Security money from a resident and used it for personal purchases, including a new car.
They would run out of diapers, or people would run out of soap, and they should have had that.
The report also says Mast made residents work and often left them unsupervised, resulting in instances where law enforcement had to be called because nearby neighbors felt threatened.
There was many times, like I said, I had to chase a resident down the road because, he would take off thinking he was meeting somebody. But when I was chasing them, I would have to leave other residents.
Dalton says she knew what was happening was wrong, but felt like she couldn't do anything at the time.
I had complained to people that I worked with, but it never went nowhere. We had to go through him, and it was like it was a dead end. You felt bad, that's why you kept coming to work, because you didn't want to leave these people because they depended on you.
Even more disturbing was what we found when we got out there today. Attached to the Oak Ridge facility appears to be a drive-through convenience store selling food, cigarettes, offering, quote, immunizations, and large quantities of pills with, quote, no prescription required. Jessica says the market wasn't attached to the elderly care facility when she worked there.
It was almost like these residents was in a little prison. They wasn't getting fed good, and y'all were running a drive-through right beside them. I hope that this is an eye-opener for people that have loved ones in a nursing home to pay more attention, because I'm sure that this isn't the only place that this is happening.
And Tori, you think you've seen it all as a reporter in this business, but then you look on something like that and it leaves you absolutely speechless. We have a lot of questions that we are asking of DHEC today. We're waiting on a response from them for several inquiries. Most importantly, was Daryl Mast ever granted a license to operate an assisted living facility? If so, were there any complaints ever filed, and was an inspection done by the state? Did someone actually go out there and look at what was going on? We hope to get these answers to you very soon. In the newsroom tonight, Matt Koufax, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.